Hello everybody, my name is Gaza, nice to meet you. This is my daily challenge, speaking English for 30 minutes straight, using total set questions, no script, just spontaneous answers, just like the real exam. Let's get started. Today is day 109. Day 109. So review time, uncool, uncool. The opposite of cool. I don't want to be uncool. I don't want to be an uncool person. Lame. Lame. What does lame mean? Lame. It means yeah, the same as uncool. People say things they don't really mean when they get drunk. People say things they don't mean. They don't really mean when they get drunk. Cheerful. I I want to stay cheerful all the time. If they were not my parents, I wouldn't be who I am. If they were not my parents, I wouldn't be who I am. So, yes. Questions. What new invention would make your life easier? ChatGPT. ChatGPT. In the future, or what new invention will make your life easier? Mm, yeah, old drive, or yeah, ChatGPT did make my life easier. I wasn't good at writing. I wasn't good at writing, so and ChatGPT always checks my sentences at work. Like like it's different. Uh, the way in business, like how I write the sentences is different from usual. Uh, in a business scene. So I always let ChatGPT check my sentences, whether it is proper in business ways. So ChatGPT, and in the future, mm, In the future, it's difficult, very difficult. Hmm. So questions. Sorry, I didn't show you the questions. So what new invention will make your life easier? New invention. Yeah, like microchip. Like it enable us to make transactions. Like if I put it in my head, uh, I would be able to pay something like Apple Watch, and I want the machine to enable us to communicate with people without phones. Like for example, if I put in put the microchip in my mind, in my brain, and then I can communicate with people who also put the microchip in their brains. Something like that. Like you, have you seen Black? What was that? Black in Netflix. Netflix. Black. Black Mirror. Black Mirror. It is a story about the future. We can store our memories in the microchip in your brain, and you can see anytime. You can see the memory anytime. And it is too real that so you can store any of your memory, any of your experiences. So sometimes it happens conflicts because there is proof, there is proof proof there is a proof to prove something. flying cars too, flying cars and boat drive cars. Yeah, some of them already made it happen. Yeah, and robots, like human robots, very real ones. So they can take care of ourselves and they can work for ourselves. And maybe the population would decrease in the future because of the robots. They uh, took a place of ourselves, and we don't need to give birth anymore. So why? So there would be there would occur the problem that there's no reason to be born. So we lose our purposes to live here. Robots and auto-drive cars, flying cars, and yeah, like Inception. Uh, I want technology to let us dream, and the dream, we can control the dream. So, like that system. If we use that machine, we can see, we can go into our dreams and we can control the dreams. And the time is really slow in the dream, so we can spend more time in the dream than the real. So we can use the machine to train something, or you can use the machine to practice and to, you know, to spend with your family or your lovers. Yeah, Inception, the machine, the invention. I really want that machine or invention to see dreams anytime, anywhere. Recently, the ChatGPT is the best invention to me. ChatGPT is the most amazing invention to me recently. How do you imagine transportation will change in the future? Oh, time machine. Yeah, new invention, time machine. I wanna get a time machine. If it is possible. Yeah, time machine would make my life easier. But I don't know what happened if everyone has time machines, you know? How do you imagine transportation will change in the future? Yeah, definitely transportation will be faster than now. Like, like Shinkansen, another new Shinkansen, like rhenium motor car, using magnets, and the trains are floating, so they don't be affected by frictions. So it is really fast. Uh, so linear motor cars are fast because they are floating and aren't affected by friction. Linear floating friction are not affected. Linear motor cars are fast because they float and are not affected by friction. Linear motor cars. Linear motor cars are fast because they float and are not affected by friction. Yeah, linear motor cars would be the next Shinkansen, the next uh, news, next new Shinkansen. Not Shinkansen, but next new trains, next new train. Linear motor cars would be the next new train. It is faster than Shinkansen. And also, taxi drivers would decrease, the number of taxi drivers would decrease because of old pilots, old drive systems. So it would be cheaper. The taxi fees would be cheaper than now. And flying cars would be invented in the future. And the flying cars would be faster than the real car, the usual cars, of course. So we can move faster than the past. That's obvious. And drones, also drones. We can use drones to maybe to transport. Like, we can use really big drones to let us move. So Yeah, maybe, I don't know, when they make them happen, but in the near future, transportation would be really different from now. What skills do you think will be most important in 20 years? In 20 years? Hmm. How do you, the skill, I think the most important skill in 20 years would be like programming and the skill to use AI, and more like professional people would be more valuable. So professional skills, of course, but especially like AI, related to AI and programming. Yeah, this is a really, you know, like obvious answer in 20 years. And also, you know, it would be more difficult to preserve the old, the old technology, old uh, culture, like how to make fireworks, or how to make, you know, like Japanese, like traditional works, like kimono, like how to make kimono, how to make uh, Japanese dishes, Japanese, like pottery. Uh, it is hard to preserve the old uh, cultural techniques. So the extreme. Uh, so the extremely opposite skills would be most important in 20 years, like the really old technology and the really new technology. Older, really old technology and really new technology, like programming, or how to use AI, and also, yeah, old technology, yeah, traditional technology. Do you think we will live on other planets someday? I think so. In summer, you know, every year, summer is getting hotter, have been getting hotter, kind of. Summer has been getting hotter every year. Summers have been getting hotter year by year. Recent summers have been usually hot. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Getty I will be 10,000 will be starting on business. I'm a big step part underground method. Top education. Summer have been getting hotter year by year. Yes. So maybe eventually we won't be able to live in the earth because of the ecological problems. And we can already create rockets, but I'm not familiar with the industry, but still uh, we cannot we cannot create the rocket that let us let us go to Mars, like far. Is it possible that rockets can let us go to far? Like how long we can go if we use rockets? It depends on the distance. Yeah, but eventually we have to move out. Yeah, move out from the earth. Not in recent years, but like 10,000 years ago, 10,000 years later, or you know I don't know, but 100,000 years, like in the end, uh, yeah, eventually we have to move out from the earth. I don't know when, but and we try to survive. We try to survive somehow. Like we even try to preserve our brains to for the future that enable us to revive people when we can wait a minute, we preserve our brains for the time we can, for the time we will be, right? For the time we preserve, some people preserve brains for the time we for the time we can revive the person. For the time when some people preserve their brains in the hope that they can be revived in the future. Some people preserve their brains in the hope that they can be revived in the future. Thank you so much.